Hello, everybody. Thank you for attending this webinar today. This is James Lewis, the International Partnerships Manager with AAA. Thank you for joining us for the Training and Educational Providers Accreditation webinar. Let's start by who are we and what actually we do. AAA is the American Accreditation Association. We are recognized internationally by the US government to accredit organizations worldwide. We are located in Tyson's Corner in Virginia State in the US, and the other international operations office is located in London in the UK. And right now at AAA, we are operating globally within 52 countries. In AAA, we are committed to provide the international accreditation that is inspiring the confidence in the quality of products or services your company is providing, and the acceptance of results from the accredited organizations and the protection of health, safety, and the environment to public. Also, we are promoting the acceptance of the accredited results, the certificates, internationally and amongst the global partnerships. Also, we continue to strengthen our operations teams, developing the capacity and capability to exceed the expectations of our customers, stakeholders, and deliver accreditation services to the highest quality and technical standards. In AAA, we do provide hospitals accreditation regarding to the international ISPA standards. We do provide education and training accreditation in the training educational providers. We also do labs accreditation based on ISO 17025, 15189, and 17043. Also, we do school accreditation regarding the criteria of the institution programs accreditation, inspection bodies accreditation regarding to ISO 17020, certification bodies accreditation regarding ISO 17021, 17024, and 17065. For the training educational providers accreditation, we are providing the program that your programs are formally recognized. The curriculum is relevant to the body of knowledge and it kept up to date in the line with the change in the learning topics. Also, the instructors, the tutors are operatingly and appropriately qualified enough and skilled enough to do these trainings and teaching skills that we are having right now, and the knowledge, skills, and the abilities for sure they are having. Also, the institution had the capability to offer these programs. What or who can be accredited for these programs? The training centers, universities, academies, schools, and colleges, training departments in the institution. The accreditation timeframe is almost 3 to 8 weeks. It's depending on the corrective actions required sometimes. And the accreditation validity will be like for 3 years available with you. But here, before we start, we need to ask a very, very important question. What if learners could instantly trust your programs and markers of true excellence? Let's go to today's agenda, and what we will do, we'll be talking about why accreditation, our accreditation framework, the step-by-step processes we do with the accreditation, what are the benefits and success stories we have right now, and we'll be giving you the time for question and answers and the next steps you can take with AAA. Let's start by why accreditation. Sometimes the challenges in the training and educational field that people, profilation of the low quality providers eroding the trust. Sometimes people cannot find the well-qualified training center that they need. So once you get the accreditation, you will be that qualified training academy or the university that people are searching for to get their certificates from. Employers are struggling to identify the credible certification. Put yourself in their shoes and see how they can figure out what these certificate this customer is getting or this employee is getting, is this accredited or not, if this credible certification or not, and the learners wasting time, money on the unrecognized programs. But the solution for sure is the accreditation for your certification to provide the highest quality of the training and the highest quality of education you are providing right now. So why is it definition or what is it the definition of accreditation? It's independent validation of quality, rigor, and relevance. Why is the core purpose of that? To protect learners and employers, to elevate the industry standards, and to empower your credibility. Let's go to the second point here. What is the accreditation framework that we do have right now? We don't just check the boxes. We don't just do like listing what you have from the documentation and we check that you have this or not, but we are partner in our growth and your growth. So for example, we have to check the curriculum, the faculty, the facilities you are providing, the governance in your organization, the learner support, and the continuous improvement. So what you will benefit in that? The curriculum, you'll be making sure that the curriculum is relevant, learning outcomes and assessment trigger are matching the international criteria and standards. The faculty, the qualification and the industry experts, and they are matching already and they are qualified enough to introduce these trainings and these programs. The facilities, the adequate resources, like is it a physical or virtual trainings, and we are providing the governance, like the ethical practices, financial stability, also the learner support, like the admission process, the counseling, and the outcomes tracking, the continuous improvement, like the feedback loops, the data-driven updates you are receiving from your customers, and what you are aiming to identify and what you are aiming to increase and enhance in your services you are providing in your training organization. But by that, you will be having a very, very important thing. You will be having the unique selling proposition, the USP in this industry. You'll be having the industry-aligned benchmarks, the supportive approach, and the global recognition for yourself. So once you are accredited, you can announce that you are globally recognized and you are already making sure that you are industry aligned and you are matching the benchmark of the international benchmarks for the training and educational providers. And you'll be finding the supportive approach that you are already officially having the criteria to introduce these services. Let's move to the step-by-step accreditation process. In the accreditation process, we are going for 6 steps. Step number 1 is the application form, the documentation or the documents, the assessment, the feedback, then the decision, and the certificate. And the step number 1, the application, you will be sending the accreditation application form. Then the program documents will be sent for reviewing by AAA. Also, the assessment will be done through AAA assessors to check the materials you are providing and all of the documents you have already sent. Then the feedback from the assessor, they will be sending you a feedback to take the actions and modification that matches the international standards, and that's if needed to add these. And the final decision by the accreditation decision is taken by AAA accreditation committee to give you the certification of the accreditation. And once you do that, you'll be having or granting an accreditation certificate valid for 3 years, having your organization name, your address, and the scope of accreditation you have already applied for and the validity of this certification. Before we move to the next part, I just wanted to show you some of the already registered organizations with us who have the chance to do that. Let's start.
Hello, my name is Felina McGee.
It's not working either?
Yeah, it's working right now.
Oh.
RN BSN, and I'm an NEMT startup coach and mentor at Uplifted Abilities. I'm here to share my heartfelt gratitude for the exceptional experience we had with the American Accreditation Association accreditation process. From the initial application to the final approval, AAA made every step of the process seamless and efficient. Their team's dedication to excellence and their unwavering support stood out at every turn. Their responsiveness and guidance ensured that all our questions were promptly addressed, making us well prepared for each stage of the process. Achieving AAA accreditation is a significant milestone for Uplifted Abilities. It validates our commitment to high standards and enhances our credibility within the industry. This accreditation equips us with a robust framework to continuously improve our operations and align with industry best practices. It marks a pivotal point for our business growth and future success.
Perfect.
Thank you, Dima. Yeah, thank you, Dima, for your help and support. As usual, you are just helping us and you are just finding a solution right there. So let me again share my screen here. And as you all see in that video that already we are not just letting you know what are the process, what are the steps of the accreditation, what are the accreditation process and let you there, but we will be also giving you a hand to help you by giving you the feedback for making the right decisions, for making the right correction actions and the corrective process that helps you to improve the quality in these trainings and courses you are providing right now so that you can get the accreditation and meet the international criteria. Again, we'll be doing the application part. You'll be sending out the application form. You'll be sending out the documents for review. Then we'll be doing the assessment by AAA assessors. Then we'll be giving you that feedback and to take the actions and the modification that is matching the international standards and the standards we are providing with AAA, and that's if needed for sure. Then the decision will be made by AAA Accreditation Committee. Then you will be having your accreditation certificate granting for 3 years validity. The question here is, what are the benefits? Why to invest in the accreditation? In this part, we do have 2 parts. For the providers of the accreditation, where the first thing is your credibility. You'll be sealing of the trust for learners and employers. All of us in the business environment, we are looking for credibility. We are looking for a very good and very qualified person who will be matching our needs in the organization. So once you are providing these certified or this certification to someone, they just want to make sure that they are matching the international criteria. So by providing an accredited certificate to your students, you'll be having the credibility. So for you as a provider or as a training and an educational provider, you'll be sealing the trust for the learners and the employers. Then you'll be having the competitive advantage because you'll be standing out in the crowd markets. Not all of the people in your industry and your area will be having this accreditation, and you'll be standing out of the crowd. You'll be the one and only one in your area of trustees and area of expertise who is having this accreditation. Also, you'll be improving the process. You'll be identifying the gaps and you'll be optimizing your operations to match the international standards for the accreditation. And when it comes for the learners and employers, the confidence and skills validity for the employers and the learners, they have just graduated from your organization and from your trainings, and the higher employment outcomes for them. So for you as like an educational provider, you'll be finding the way to provide credible accreditation and credible courses and trainings to your customers. Also, the competitive edge from the being a standing out from the crowd and the process improvement you are facing right now. So that once you reach to that point, you'll be having the advantage of being like the number one in the market, increased ROIs in the market, and the increased things and the increased benefits in the market. Let me, Dima, share my screen to continue here a part that is very important we need to talk about. Then we can see the video by the end of this part.
Sure, but let me just check the voice.
Yeah.
Can you hear it right now?
No voice yet, but all right, don't worry about that. Once you have these accreditation, when you be accredited, you'll be having an access to the American Directory of Competent Personnel. The American Directory of Competent Personnel is already giving a certifications that is launched from, or digital certification that is launched from AAA itself and from the personnel to the personnel who are working and who had these validated by the American Accreditation Association. So when it comes to these, when you are accredited, the accredited organizations will have an access to add the certified personnel to the American Directory of the Competent Personnel. Also, your students and your graduates will be having the access to that. They will be having an access to a digital certification that the certified personnel will get a unique digital certificate that is validated by the American Accreditation Association. And when it comes to the frequently asked questions, people here ask, how much does it cost? Well, let's say that the ROI analysis says here that the higher fees enrollment offset the cost. Like, for example, once you are accredited, you'll be having much more customers to check your websites, to check and apply for your training and educational services that you are providing right now. So that means a higher ROI, the higher on investment. The second thing is that depending on the number of programs and disciplines, the cost will be changed. But we can say that the average range for the cost for the accreditation might be starting from 2,000 to 10,000 US dollars for your organization to get accredited. The second frequently asked question here is that we are too small. Can we be accredited? Yes, for sure. The accreditation is already scalable standards for all sizes. The accreditation is already provided for all people all over the world to see and to help themselves and help their customers to feel safe when it comes to their certification they are providing and matching the international criteria for their programs. By that, I'll be sending you this link as well if you need to find our application form. And now, what is the next step for you? The next step, what I see that you can just go ahead right now, fill up this application form, send it back to us so that we can see and assess the application form and see your accreditation opportunities with AAA and make sure that you are matching the international criteria for your future. By that, this is the end of my webinar today, and I just want to hear a lot of questions today. So this is the question and answers part. Well, Carlin, thank you for your interest. Someone from our team will be actually in communication with you regarding that as soon as possible.